Rico McGee, another episode of the Sports Minute, man. Got my frat brother, my friend, my confidant, my man's Ryan Polk on the show today, man. Tell him a little bit about yourself and how you doing today.
Oh man, doing good. I mean, especially after taking a little baby nap for working
Yeah,
third. You
right.
know how us third shifters are.
Oh
No,
yeah, oh yeah.
but no man, I'm a jack of all trades. I'm an actor. I'm a comedian. I am an internet radio host. I am also a movie critic where I do movie reviews on my YouTube channel, and and I'm an occasional model. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got the
Got a
fashion show coming up, right?
Yep. It's going to be at the Mediterranean Party Center, October the 1st, and the show starts at 6 p.m. We already sold out of VIP, and you can purchase the tickets on Eventbrite. Yep, you can purchase tickets on Eventbrite for $45. We currently got less than 100 tickets available, so definitely encourage people to get the tickets to come see your boy rip the runway. And yes, it's going to be a dope fashion show. It's going to be by Embrace Thy Curves. It's going to be their second annual fashion show that they have coming up.
Okay, okay, definitely, man. Thank you. I would
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I'm gonna see everybody, man. If you ain't got nothing to do, man, tickets are selling fast, man. Please go and check out the fashion show. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna
Yes.
be dope. So I guess we're gonna jump right into it, man. Last night, man, the Browns lost the game 26-22 Pittsburgh, but the big story, man, is that Nick Chubb injury and him being out for the rest of the season. I think Browns fans aren't. Let me know what you think.
Matt, so okay, so I mean, for what I'm hearing, they said it might be for the rest of the season. And and even though I'm from Cleveland, I am a Colts fan, but I still do root for the Cleveland teams because it's my hometown. I still root for them. You know, whatever team that the Browns is playing, except for the Colts, I am rooting for them to win. And you want to know something? I honestly hope that is not the end of the season for him, because you got a lot of players who go out on these injuries when they're young, in their late 20s, early 30s, and Nick Chubb has a lot of potential, and he is somebody who deserves to win a championship. And I mean, I know he's got to be, and I don't know exactly how old he is, but I know he's got. If he's not in his early 30s, he's definitely somewhere in his mid or late 20s. So I mean, yeah, so like when I had saw it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, shit, he's fucked up. But I mean, and I know it is going to put a hurt on the team, but I do hope that he does recover, and because he is fun to watch on the field.
Well, yeah, I saw the injury, and I think honestly, for me personally, looking at that injury
Mm-hmm.
and just seeing the fan reaction is kind of what took me back a little bit because I
Yeah,
still believe that this is a pretty good football team. You still got a good quarterback, still got a good offensive line, still got a solid defense. I mean, for me, it's going to be up to Watson. He's the one
mm-hmm.
that you put the money into to carry this team. You gave this man $230 million with
Yeah,
every single dollar guaranteed. So that's the thing, you still have all those weapons. Y'all act like Donovan Peoples Jones can't produce anymore, or
right.
Elijah Moore can't produce anymore. It's just going to be up to Watson, in my humble opinion. And they still, I mean, they're 1-1. The
Yeah,
season is not a complete loss. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Jerome Ford had 106 yards rushing on 16 carries last night. Amari Cooper had almost 100 yards on 7 receptions. Um, they still have offensive pieces. They still have talent. The season is not over because Nick Chubb got hurt.
Right.
Now I'm beginning to understand why a lot of players don't like why a lot of teams don't really want to pay the running back. The running back is one of the most replaceable. Unfortunately, I mean, it's just like any other job that we work. It's one of the most replaceable positions in football. You got a solid
Yeah.
offensive line. You could put my 2-year-old niece back there and she'll run for 100 yards behind that offensive line. So for me personally, I don't think the season is a waste. I just think that's that loser's mentality.
Yeah.
And you have to get out of that at some point.
Yeah, definitely because like you said, when it comes to the running back, it is one of the most replaceable positions. And who's the I'm trying to think who's the backup that's after Kareem Hunt? It's
Uh
I mean not Kareem Hunt, I mean Nick Chubb. Yeah.
Jerome Ford is one.
Yeah, Jerome. Okay, Jerome Ford. And you want to know, and depending on what Jerome Ford can do, maybe he can surprise maybe he can surprise us because
Right.
like I don't want to say that like okay it's the end for the Browns because to be honest, man, I thought Cleveland was going to beat Pittsburgh last night. I mean, it was a close game. It was a good game, and yeah, and we never even seen the Browns come that close to the Steelers in a while. So I do think that the Browns can actually go somewhere, even without Nick Chubb. I mean, yeah, it's putting a hurt on the team, but it can still. But I still think that it's not. I don't think that you should all of a sudden just be like, okay, abandon ship just because Nick Chubb is out.
That's what I'm trying to get people to
Mm-hmm.
understand. Like, no, this isn't like y'all just, this is a city where we have a football team that only what, two playoff appearances, only three winning seasons. And I
Right.
remember 2007, we won 10 games, had a winning season, and still didn't make the playoffs. So, I think we got to get out of that mentality of just
Mm.
every time something bad happens, oh, well, season's over. Forget it. Like, no, that's not necessarily the case. Not in this
Right.
case.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. Because and like I said, I mean, who knows what this team can surprise us with. I mean the first game that they played, they played phenomenal, and that's what made me feel like okay, now they have a chance of beating Pittsburgh, I'm not even expecting nothing from Pittsburgh anyway, because I don't even think that they're even a playoff winning team for real.
Yeah, exactly. So now, with that being said, I think Cleveland just goes back to regroup. You got Tennessee
Mm-hmm.
this weekend, who I think is a beatable team. I don't think Tennessee's that good. Ryan Tannehill is not good. And I've been saying that for years now. Tannehill sucks.
Yeah,
And I just don't think they have anything right now. I'm not worried about Tennessee. That should be
yeah,
an easy victory for
yeah,
Cleveland on Tuesday. I mean, not on Tuesday. I'm sorry. On Sunday,
yeah.
they
I
should
agree.
they should beat Tennessee.
I agree.
Um, moving along now, we still haven't any word on Nick Chubb and his update on his injury. So once we get that information in to the sports desk, I'll present that soon as I can. So
Oh yeah,
moving on from Cleveland, we're gonna go to college. We're gonna talk about the Colorado Buffaloes. They're 3-0 after that overtime thriller over the weekend against arch rival Colorado State, and now they got to go to Oregon. And I
yeah,
think this Sunday, not Sunday, damn, this Saturday, we're gonna find out how good Colorado really is against a pretty good Oregon Duck team. What do you think?
yeah. Man, it's gonna be a good game because you got both teams that you got two teams who are both championship winning teams. It's going to be an exciting game. At least I'm hoping it's going to be an exciting game. And Colorado. I mean, in that three-time overtime, I don't think I've never even seen a college team go into a triple overtime before. So Colorado, they definitely are going to be putting up a fight. And Oregon's going to put up a fight too. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how that game is going to turn out. I mean, it's really hard to say really hard for me to say on who I'll be placing my bet on to win for that game because both teams are just phenomenal this season.
Yeah, Oregon is I think it's Oregon is a tough place to play.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a tough place to play. I mean, for Colorado, six of the last 10 teams are all against teams in the top 25. You got to get past Oregon first.
yeah,
And once you get past Oregon, you got USC next week, who right now, as it stands, they're ranked the fifth best team in the nation. Then
yeah,
if you could get past them, then we could probably talk a little bit. I mean, they got that Heisman Trophy winner, USC,
yeah.
and their quarterback, and I think it's gonna be up to the defense. The defense is gonna really have to step up because even though the offense has looked good through the first 3 weeks, the defense for me
Mhm.
personally still has left a lot to be desired. And the defense is going to have to really step up because Oregon's always been a high flying offense. You know, the Pac 12, they spread the field and they get that ball any and everywhere. And they got some speed, especially Oregon.
Yeah, they
So
do.
for me personally, I think if Colorado wants to find success, the defense is going to be the biggest factor in them having success. And for me personally, I just haven't seen the defense really, with the exception of Nebraska, I just haven't really
Oh
seen.
man, yeah, Nebraska. Oh man,
Yeah.
Nebraska has came quite a ways from their last few seasons.
Oh man, they trash.
I don't know. Like they seem like they was, I don't know. They seem they seem like they're going to be somewhat decent compared to these last few years
Yeah,
with Nebraska. But
yeah.
yeah, they
Recruiting
came
is
quite a
an
long
issue with
ways.
them. I think recruiting, like, it's just hard to get players at this point, and then with the nail deals and the transfer,
Mhm.
it's hard to bring in. They one of the teams to me that recruiting is gonna be hard,
Yeah,
especially
it
when you're in
is.
the Big Ten conference with Ohio State and the reemergence of Michigan football and them beating Ohio State and making the playoffs the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Penn State, they're in the top 25. I think they're in the top 10. Haven't seen the rankings yet. It's gonna check
yeah.
those
I haven't
out.
seen that. Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
So they're I think you know with those it's tough for Nebraska, to attract, 5-star recruits. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's the problem with Nebraska and why they haven't been they haven't been great.
yeah,
But yeah, I think if I'm a betting man, it just depends on the defense. I'm not
yeah.
picking a team.
Yeah, I don't know who to choose on my DraftKings or
Yeah,
FanDuel for that Oregon versus Colorado. Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
who I'm
They
picking for that one.
they um they it's gonna be tough. Like I said, man, it's just gonna depend on what the defense do for me. And
Yeah.
then, what happens when you actually I was talking to Steve, and Steve is our frat brother, if y'all don't know. Shout
Oh,
out to
oh,
Steve Brown,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah. My dean. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to Steve Brown. But he was telling me that the offensive line is going to be a factor too. And now that I think about it, um, Oregon's defense is pretty good. Oregon
Yeah,
has a
yeah,
pretty
they
good
are.
defense. So, I mean, it's like once you get, I want to see what happens when you actually put Shador under pressure. You haven't really seen too many teams, these three teams come at him, aggressively, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I
It's
think
gonna
it's
be a
going to
good
be,
ass game.
it's
Definitely
going to,
something to tune into.
oh, no doubt. It's going to
Yeah,
be definitely, it's going to be Colorado's defense for me. That's going to be the biggest factor.
yeah.
Uh, this Saturday, Oregon and Colorado. If you're a betting man, let me know in the comments who you think is going to win that game. So, final topic,
Yeah.
Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. I know you wanted to speak on this for a long time. You're a
Oh,
basketball guy. Let me know what you think
yeah.
about the 2024 class. It's never too early to look.
because it's six of them that are eligible. You got Amari Stoudemire, Joakim Noah, Jamal Crawford, Sean Marion, Vince Carter, and Chauncey Billups, who are and out of those six, I feel like that only two of them are a guarantee. Two of them, I would say 100% yes to, and that's Vince Carter and Chauncey Billups. Vince Carter should definitely be a first ballot. I mean, he may have not won no championships, but I mean, he played until he was like 42. Probably he's probably the best dunker, we of our time, and if not, probably the best dunker in NBA history. And he's made All-Star appearances, got scoring titles, and has even won some dunk contests. I mean, he definitely should get that's definitely number one. He's definitely a first ballot. And Chauncey Billups, I also feel like he's a first ballot only because when he was with Detroit, he was the Finals MVP. And he's made All-Star appearances. He's won a championship with Detroit. They retired his jersey, and although he kind of had a bit of a rocky career after Denver, but I still would he was still at one point one of the top one of like the top five point guards in the league during his time at one
I
point.
agree. I agree. Vince Carter is probably, if he don't get in, he deserved to get in. They'll probably get in. But Joakim Noah's resume is something that definitely doesn't get talked about enough. To me, and this is my honest opinion, man, Joakim Noah is underrated. I think he
Yeah,
won Defensive Player of the Year a couple of times. Uh,
he got it. He got it once. Yep, he got it once.
hold on one
And
second. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, two-time NBA All-Star. He was All NBA First Team. He was the 2014 Defensive Player of the Year. He made two-time All Defensive First Team. He was All Second Team Defense in 2011. Not to mention two-time NCAA champion with the Florida Gators in '06 and '07. And he was a consensus second team All American. I mean, 6,000 rebounds, 874 blocks. The man was a defensive presence. And he stood up to LeBron thoroughly. He hated LeBron, probably
yeah,
hates LeBron now. I don't like
yeah,
what he said about Cleveland back in the
yeah.
day, but you got to give the man his credit, man. Joakim Noah is somebody that definitely should also be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, he was the heart and soul of the Bulls on the defensive side of the ball.
So what's funny is that I don't know if I even had told you, but so I am a Chicago Bulls fan, and it was because I'm a D Rose fan,
Right.
and and you want to know something? Joe Kim Noah was one of the people I really did like when he was in the league.
I
No,
liked it too.
because I mean, at one point he was one of the best bigs. He was one of the best bigs in the league. He kind of reminded me of Mutombo almost. He wasn't a scorer, but still grabbed hella boards, and
Yeah.
he grabbed like hella boards, and he was good at defense. But the only reason why I wouldn't give him and Stoudemire the Hall of Fame simply because their careers were kind of cut short. I mean, because when Joakim Noah had left Chicago, it was pretty much downhill after that for him with his career. He became a free agent at one point. Then I remember when he got picked up by Memphis, wasn't really playing too much. Then you had the whole catastrophe in New York when he had left Chicago and went to New York, him and Derrick Rose,
Yeah.
and wasn't really putting up the best numbers at that time, in New York. And that's the same thing with Amari Stoudemire. Once he left Phoenix, injuries started happening, wasn't really getting playing time on the teams that he was traded to, and and just wasn't quite put up those numbers for the Hall of Fame. I do, however, both think that both of them should get their jerseys retired. In the city that they played the most years of. So I definitely do think that Chicago should retire Joakim Noah's jersey, and I know that they did announce that they did announce that they was going to retire Amari Stoudemire and Sean Marion's jersey in Phoenix, which
Okay.
is deserved.
Okay. Sean Marion too. Sean Marion actually helped. Hold on. Damn it. He actually won a championship with Dallas.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Yep.
I'm about to say, like, yeah, he listen, when LeBron announced that he was joining Miami in that big three, they were an automatic lock to win the NBA title. And Sean Marion and the Mavericks, I mean, even though Dirk Nowitzki was the one that really
Yeah,
carried that team, Sean Marion definitely contributed. I mean, he was it's gonna be interesting, man. Hopefully all six could get in, but if two of them got to get in, I'm gonna say I agree with you. Definitely Vince Carter for one. They'll probably put Vince Carter in because of his name, and
yeah,
he revolutionized the dunk contest. I mean, that's probably one of the greatest performances, the greatest in the slam dunk contest of all time.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And Jamal Crawford though is Jamal Crawford is very questionable because I know he's on that list. I mean, even though I did like Jamal Crawford, but I know didn't he win like 6 man of the year a few times, I think, or something like that. He never made an All-Star appearance, nor has he not won a championship, but he was still a factor on the teams that he played for. Same with Sean Marion. I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards saying yes for Sean Marion, but then I kind of want to say he's questionable. But then at the same time, I'm thinking like, okay, if he does get the Hall of Fame, I wouldn't even be like, okay, why the hell is he even? Why the hell is he even in it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Jamal Crawford's handles was sick, but
yeah.
that's really what separated Crawford. Them handles was off the chain. Uh,
Oh, definitely.
definitely. So that's basically what it is. I mean, I think uh Vince Carter is definitely one. I think Vince Carter will probably get it for next year. He should get it.
Oh, he definitely should. I mean, without a question, him and Chauncey Billups, definitely. I mean, it took me a minute to really think about Chauncey Billups with his career and everything, and looking at his highlights. But I think I would, I would give it to him.
Yeah, Chauncey took down them Lakers in '04 because I thought the Lakers was gonna win that series. He took
Yeah, me
down
too.
Shaq and Kobe in the '04 NBA Finals. It was him, Ben Wallace, Tajon Prince, Rip Hamilton. Like that Pistons team was just stacked from top to bottom, and Chauncey definitely should get in.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, like you, and I'm pretty sure like a whole bunch of people probably what I was also rooting for the Lakers to win that year too.
Right.
But but yeah, Detroit took care of them.
All right. Well, thank you, Ryan, so much for coming on the show, man. Them third shifters, man, having to wake up and taking a little
Oh
baby
yeah.
nap, man. And you came on the show, man. I really appreciate you having me, man.
Oh
Tell
man.
them, give them your Twitter handle. Tell them where they can find you.
So on Facebook and YouTube, you can just type in my name, Ryan Polk, Polk. You'll be able to find me on Facebook and YouTube by that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where I do movie reviews and other things such as comedy skits on there. And you can also follow my Instagram page at rpolk, Polk, the Taurus, like the bull, the Taurus. You can also follow me on TikTok at Entertainer Taurus. And lastly, you can also follow my movie review page at the underscore rap. Wait a minute. Let me go. I want to make sure. I want to make. Yeah, I'm about to read. Let me make sure that I'm even saying it right. My damn self. For my Instagram page, for my movie review page, because definitely do been trying to get that out there more.
Right.
And let's see. Wait a minute. By typing it in right. Okay, here it is. It is the underscore rap RAP underscore up underscore movie review. Yes, the wrap up movie review. And wait a minute, did I even wait a minute, let me make sure I even have said it right. Okay, yes, the wrap up movie reviews. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's the underscore rap underscore up_movie reviews. You can follow me on there. And the last thing I just want to say is make sure you guys purchase tickets for my upcoming movie that is going to be next month at towards the end of October. Is called Revenge House. It's a thriller movie. I'm co-starring in that movie. You can buy the tickets on Eventbrite. You got general admission, VIP, and we also got the Diamond VIP package because Diamond is the name of the director. And it's going to be a blue carpet. It's going to be a blue carpet premiere. So definitely get them tickets on Eventbrite. And and also okay, this is the last announcement, I promise.
Okay.
Also, I'm a Disney fan. I got the background right here of the Disney College program. Think was a Disney College program wording up there, along with my favorite attraction back there, Tower of Terror. Purchase my ebook, which is about my Disney College program experience. It is called 8 Months of DCP, Disney College Program. You can find that book on websites such as BookBaby, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and Booktopia. So it's 8 months of DCP, Disney College Program. And
Okay.
yep, that's all I got.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. Make
That's all
sure
the
y'all
rabbit.
check my man's out. My man's is really a jack of all trades, and he's out here grinding. We all out here grinding and trying to get it. Thank you so much to my man Ryan Polk, man, for coming on the show, man. I
Oh yeah.
really appreciate it. With
Oh
that
yeah, for
being
sure.
said, I'm Rico McGee. This has been the Sports Minute, and as always, we'll see you in a minute.
All right.